Let's talk about configuration files. So if we take a look at a command such as gen, we have a number of parameters that we can specify. So let's consider, for instance, the number of tokens, meaning how many events do we want the output sequence to have. So I can say hachi machi gen model, and then say tokens, and let's say I want to generate 25 tokens. So if I take a look at the output CSV file, I can see that I have a sequence of 25 events. Similarly, I could provide or change this default argument. So instead of generating a CSV file, I can generate a JSON file. So I can say hachimachi gen model and then my file.json. So this is going to generate a new file in JSON format. And so if we consider not the gen command, but the train command, we start seeing that we have a substantially higher number of parameters to specify. And if you start thinking of what it would look like to start providing all of these parameters directly into the terminal, it's going to get extremely inconvenient and cumbersome. So something we can do is provide all of those parameters via configuration files using the exec command. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to create a new file called config.yaml, and what I can do is provide the same information not through the command directly, but through keys and values. So if you're not familiar with YAML, I would encourage you to just take a look at some examples online. They're fairly simple and intuitive to read. So let's start specifying the command we want to run. So I can say command and then gen. So it would be useful to take a look at the documentation as we're writing configuration files. So I can say I need to provide the model. So I say model and then model.pt. It's optional whether I want to provide the output file. And then I can take a look at tokens. So I can say tokens, and then let's say I want to generate 40 tokens. So let's keep this configuration file, and I'm just going to run this by saying hachimachi exec, and then I pass the configuration files. So if I take a look at this, I can see that tokens is 40. I'm using the model, which I specified here. So I can continue sort of adding more parameters if I want to. So let's say I want to specify the output file. I can say output something.json, and that is going to be included in the settings. And I can see the output file here. So even though the gen command, it doesn't have a lot of parameters, it's not really sort of very necessary to do this through a configuration file. But once we start looking at some of the options that we have for training, this is going to be a much more convenient and intuitive way of tinkering with the parameters moving forward.